You want to be partners? All you need to do is get into the interchange and kill that criminal. Easy as pie for you, I'm sure. Dead? I didn't really believe it possible. My God. It's like a miracle. The swine dead and you got into that interchange place. Amazing. I know killing is never easy, or it oughtn't to be any road, but you did what needed doing, and I'm grateful for it. I did indeed. Well, seems you're not all mouth and no trousers, and can actually get things done. All right, you're in. Now listen here. When we first took this place over, I had every rag of paper gathered up, and I've been working my way through them ever since. Been reading more still since you showed up. I suppose a small part of me thought you might be worth some after all. The papers are all scraps and scribbles, but I'm confident there's a way out in there somewhere. One thing I know for sure, there's a tool we need. A very special tool. If you can get it for me, I'll get my ducks in a row for when you're back. It isn't far to go. I have pieces of a plan, just need stitching together. I'm sorry if escaping this place isn't as easy as a wave of the hand and a cheerful cheerio. This tool, it's an old relic of sorts, a dagger, a very old dagger at that. It was made by the monks that used to run the abbey on the Isle. There's papers left here that talk about it. Seems that the bard boffins found it when they were building this testing ground on the Isle. If what I read is to be believed, this dagger is like poison to that blue muck that's rotting the land around here. And it might be even more useful once it's in our hands. Look, I'll explain everything soon, but you should get the dagger now while the winds are with you. Last thing I could find saying what happened to the dagger was that it was supposed to go into the bard bunker here for testing. The place is close by. I'll mark the spot on your map. Now, hearken to me. That bunker's gonna be dangerous. We've not had much luck getting into it, but you seem to have a knack for that sort of thing. Just watch yourself when you get in. It'll be no walk in the park. Didn't I say the questions can wait? Listen, this dagger, it might just let us strike at the heart of what's really going on here, at the heart of the abbey. Bring it to me, and I'll tell you all you need to know. I promise. Oh, that's marvellous. Well done. Those druids better look out, that's all. But I'm getting ahead of myself. We've got plenty to discuss. You'll want to know my plan, if you can dignify it by calling it as much. First, I'd like to tell you a tale. Time for us to dig a little the Isle's troubled past. Some of the papers I've been reading, they're preserved from the monks of the abbey back in the olden times. The monks were the lifeblood of this place, you see, 300-400 years ago or thereabouts. Left quite the legacy on the Isle. Their old writing isn't easy going, but they seem to go on about keeping something unusual in the abbey crypt. And this thing the monks buried, I think it's at the root of all the troubles here. Aye, things were peachy before the disaster, but there were stories. The scientists meddling, the disaster. I don't know how, but mayhap it brought all this back to the surface. Mayhap the monks' influence. Mayhap it were only sleeping. Story goes that these monks found something on the Isle. The same thing that's now buried in the crypt under that abbey. The monks called this thing a fallen angel. Christ only knows what that means. It was a relic at first, but then their writing gets all strange and obsessive, and here's the thing. Those monks weren't supposed to worship a relic, were they? Whatever this angel thing was, clearly it turned them funny. Mayhap it did the same to them as it did to the people on the Isle today. Those druids in the ruins, anyhow. Seems the monks sealed it away in the end, but not before writing a bit about the thing itself. And here's the bit I'm interested in. They say it's made of stone, but not like anything else on Earth. Precious. Like a great diamond. How about that, eh? A ruddy great diamond. Who knows? One paper I found said it came from the sky, but that might just be metaphorical. Here's what's important. In that crypt might just be the biggest divine diamond in the world, and you've got the very tool to cut such a diamond. That dagger. None of my lot are mad keen to get into a fight with those druids that guard the place. But this might be our chance to grab something worth a few bob before getting out of the zone. What do you say? Escape and enjoy a fat wallet on the outside? What's in that crypt is part of the evil that's infected this place. Infected the waters too. We can't safely sail until it's cleared. You're the one to do that, I know you are. Get into the crypt and deal a blow for us innocent folk. And I'm not leaving here without something to show for our troubles. Something to live on when we're outside. We'll start getting ready to leave this island and touch wood, the zone and all. There's a spot for you on that boat. Bring out the fallen angel, even a bit of it if that's all you can manage, and we shall be set up for life. The crypt's under the abbey ruins, obviously. I'll mark it for you if you haven't already been there. It's gonna be heavily guarded, so watch yourself. Oh, and I was forgetting, there's one last thing needs attending to. After you've nabbed a piece of that fallen angel, Oberon's got to go. The scientists in my crowd don't know what Oberon is. It was top secret, but it has to be destroyed. These waters aren't safe because of Oberon. That blue muck will sink us if we try and leave the mere to the sea. But believe you me, once Oberon is dealt with, the zone's gonna get very busy at short notice and not in a good way. Make sure you've tied up your loose ends first. If my ex-boffins are to be believed, you'll need to power up that interchange to get there. Come back smartly once it's done, and we'll head out to sea. Watch your back out there.
You stole from the angel, separated part from whole. You will die the death of a heretic.
Summer's whipped that druid lot up into a proper state. Even rudgier than usual. You got into the crypt, didn't you? Oh, that's grand. Grand! And the relic? That fallen angel of theirs? Did you grab us a bit? That's grand. Good job. Then there's only one last thing to be attended to. Find some way of destroying that Oberon thing in the Windscale ruins. Do that and bring the relic back with you, and we can all get out of here. Finally get to the outside world and have a useful bit of brass to enjoy it with and all. Watch your back out there.
Typical! We just got to tell it, and this happens.
How could you betray us, heretic? You who spurn the word of God. You will never escape.
Listen, Assault. You think you can escape with one of the other heathens? There is no escape from what you are. Without the voice, there is no escape from that small world inside your skull. Live your life alone in a fleshly prison then. To hear the voice is salvation. You are an ant before deluge. Fate is not your friend. You are offered a gift, and you spurned it. You will never be offered it again. If you will not be with the voice, you only feed the soil. And that is all that awaits you. You should leave now.
Hello, stranger. You're a sight for sore eyes. You did it. It's grand. The skies over Windscale clearing for the first time in 5 years. The boats are almost ready. Give me the what's-it from the crypt and we can leave this dump for good. We have to be out and away before London knows what's happened and sticks its nose in. With Oberon gone, it won't be long before they send in more soldiers. They'll call us criminals. Or stick us in a laboratory somewhere with all the other monkeys and guinea pigs. Think we're hanging around for that? No fear. We're off. And with what you found in the abbey, we'll be set up for life. You do have it, don't you? The relic? Oh, well done. That's marvellous. Right. Well, no point in hanging around. Let's get you on your way. It's strange. I grew up here, you know. Just over there in Wyndham. I felt so lucky. This place is God's own acre. Or it was. Now everything is dirty, polluted. Even my memories of the place. Even me. I hope I can look myself in the mirror when I get out of here. Don't worry. We're right behind you. Have a good trip.
You left the island in company with the outlaws and some valuable swag, hoping to find a life beyond the zone. This is nice, isn't it? Off to your new life outside the zone, presuming that you get that far. Well, don't worry about it. Everything is sure to go swimmingly. You left quite the trail of carnage, didn't you? But sometimes violence is necessary, I know. You listened to good advice and wise words. Which is to say, my advice and my words. So many shoot first and ask questions afterwards. Not you, though. You opened a crypt and then moved on. Always fun opening boxes, isn't it? Just ask Pandora. I wonder how things will develop now you've opened the crypt. Time will tell, it always does. Oberon is dead, poisoned by your hand, and a potent toxin developed by Dr. Holder. The interference field should rapidly fade now, and perhaps the outside world will finally see what has happened here. So ends the quarantine.